it. So I'm Christy here at My Artful Adventures, and I primarily do paper crafting. I actually love to do all kinds of crafts, but here on Facebook and on my page, I usually primarily focus on paper crafting. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm gonna switch us down now, and we are gonna get going. So move some stuff off the desk, give us a better place to start, and here we go. We are going to do a little makeover. We're going to dress up a composition notebook. Now you guys, the reason that I love to do a composition notebook is because they, at this time of year, they are so inexpensive. And you can just grab up a whole handful of them and keep for projects like this throughout the year, because they'll come in handy. You can doll them up so that they are perfect for, for a gift of some type. And, there's just lots of ways that you can use them. You can have one for different kinds of subjects. Maybe you have a, something that you attend regularly, and you can make one for that. You can make one for, crafty ideas and just keep that in there. All kinds of stuff. Hi, Marie and Tanya. And there's, let's see who else popped in. Stephanie. And let's see, and Jenny, sorry. Thanks everybody for popping in. Okay, let's get going. So this is one, they come in different colors. A lot of times we see them and they're the plain black and white, and this one just was a different one that I was able to pick up. And they come in all kinds of colors, and they'll be the same price, but you'll never find them at any other time of year as cheap as you find them now. So I would really urge you to pick some up, now. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to tell you a little secret. Just doing one of these, and it's a quick one. I actually have two on there. One I think is better than the other, and one is so old. I have two of these over on YouTube. They are my most watched videos, how to cover a composition book. Now this one, we're going to doll up a little bit more because we have more time today, and so we are going to do that. Hey Deborah, how are you? Okay, so hi Amanda. Hi, I'm good. How are you doing? So I tell you what, this is the paper that we're using. I had this on hand, and this was called Caring Thoughts, and it is from Crafter's Companion. I don't even know how long I've had this, but the one thing about it is the paper is a little bit, it just feels a little bit more lightweight, and but then I decided I wasn't going to be able to use it because it's only one-sided. And then I changed my mind and I decided, well, most of what I'm doing, it doesn't really matter. Now, I will give you a hint. You could use 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper. You could even print them out on a little bit heavier weight paper. And I'm not talking like cardstock weight or anything. I'm just talking about paper that is going to give you enough heft to it to be able to work with and to, cover this, and you would be fine. So let's get going. And this, I'm going to use this for inside. And, it might seem a little bit springy or whatever, but it's got some kind of tones that I thought would be really fun for late summer. And what I'm going to do, my other ones, I take a piece of paper and wrap around this and cover this too. And I'm not going to do that today. I am simply going to use this black binding that they, already use, and use that. Okay? The Velveteen Heart. Oh, what is your name? I think you are new to me. Hey, Cheryl, thanks for sprinkling out. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to measure how wide this is, and I can bump it over. I'm going to go a little bit over into this black, and that's about 6 3/4. And then this direction, oh, and I got to write it down or I'll forget, you guys. I'm not, that is not good. I already forgot what it is. Looking at numbers. So it's 6 3/4 inches wide. Okay, got it. It's probably about 8.5 inches this way. Hi, Maria. How are you? Yeah, I think, yeah, it is. It's a real feminine looking pattern, isn't it? And this is just a hair short of 9 3/4. So I'll just put minus so I know it's a tiny bit. Okay, so now I've got to decide which way I'm going to put these, and I want this to be up in this corner right here, so it pulls right through here. So you want to look and see what way that your page design might be, you know, what orientation that your paper has for the print, so that you can get it how you want it. Oh my gosh, I got some kind of linty stuff there. So I'm going to cut it on this side because I need to go 6 3/4 inches. Oh, I got to put the little arm out. I didn't quite have enough. Hey, Justin, how are you? Happy Thursday to you too. Hey, Regina. Oh, you love that paper, huh, Cheryl? It is gorgeous, isn't it? It is a pretty paper. So we're going to do 6 3/4. Now, I tell you what, I wish, now, when you cover the back part of the spine, you can actually get 2. If you cut it at 6, you can put your paper around the edge. You only need about, I want to say it was like about 4 inches wide. And when you do that, you have enough. You know, I'm just going to go ahead and do I'm just going to put it on the inside of that line. You have enough from 1 sheet of 12 by 12 to cover your notebook. But since we're using a design on here, that's not going to work for us. So we're going to put it this way on here. Oh, I love that. And then we'll do the back side and we'll do the bottom. We'll do this part for the bottom. So this part is 6 3/4. I'm struggling here. Some days it's like, you know, you're new to the craft room. You can't get your tools to work. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, phew. I thought I did that wrong for a second. Okay, and just a hair on this side of, what was it? You guys, that is just, it's almost embarrassing, but oh, 9 7/8. Oh, did I do this one long enough? Yes. Phew. Okay. Okay, and I got to kick us off today. And for no particular reason, except I have to get in the car and drive away when I'm done with this. I am almost ready. I'm almost packed up, and I'm going to go to Denver. My friend forever wanted me to come and go to our high school reunion. Neither one of us have been. She still lives there, and she's never been. So that's what we are going to do this weekend. I laughed. High school was not really my thing. I came from a very conservative family, and you know, basically they didn't feel like you needed many friends unless they were church friends. And so I really didn't participate in a lot of extra activities at school. And they had changed our school boundaries when I was in junior high. So I didn't get to go to school with some of the kids the second and third year of junior high. And then, but I went back to the same high school that we all fed into. So, you know, oh my goodness. So, I don't know. I kind of really lost my connection. I do not want to do that on that side. I just know me. Let's just put these down and then we'll take them off. Now, you guys, you can use something like this and you don't have to put it clear across. And you can use some glue. But I tell you, this kind of paper isn't too bad to use glue on. But I will say, I have a little notebook over here that I had done, and you made a hard cover, journal cover. And it, I think it was we were making stuff with bags was what the deal was. And I used a great big pretty gorgeous gift bag that I had. And oh my, it's kind of buckly and warpy with the kind of paper that it was. So I think I'll just leave that like that. And I'm going to flip this over and cut these off. It's lifting up my mat. Okay, so let me get, where's my ruler? Let's cut it off straight. Oh, I'm sure I will, Donna. That sounds like a fun thing to do, doesn't it? And a couple of friends that I have, I've stayed in touch with. I can't talk. I have stayed in touch with all these years. So it's not like I haven't seen them. And you know, Facebook made it a lot easier for us to do that, right? To stay in touch. And I remember soon after I signed up on Facebook, a friend reached out and she goes, "Oh, I don't know if you remember me." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, how could I not remember you?" We became fast friends when her family moved to our area when we were in the 3rd grade. And, you know, I had often wondered, I had kept up with her a little while after we were out of school, but then, you know, that just kind of gets hard to do, is to stay in touch over the years. And people, oh, I just cut my paper. I cut it twice. Oh my word. Okay. So, how are we done on time? We'll be fine. We'll get it done, you guys. So, I wanted to jazz this up a little bit more than what I usually do. We're just gonna give this a good press. Now this other part, I'm just gonna fill in. Maybe I got a tiny, skinny one. Let's just use a little skinny one. It doesn't really matter because it's all gonna stick, and I'm gonna put a little bit of wet glue on top of it too. Oh my gosh. Terrible tape. Sometimes it's just hard to get stuck on there. Let's try this one. Oh, you guys. There we go. Look, I give it a little bend and it's gonna pop up there. Okay, good grateful morning. This is a good grateful morning. Oh, yes. Diane, I agree. The drama was incredible, and I just didn't need that much drama. You are right about that. I tell you what, though, you guys, it is amazing to me. I know I see ever so often they have a group page that they put together on Facebook, and you know, ever so often I see people who have, you know, passed away, and it's just like, well, of course, you know, it's been a long time, but you know, you realize how grateful you are for all that you have, and you know, all your friends in your life. Every day is a great morning, right? We get up and we should be grateful every morning. Hey there, Patty, how are you doing? Yes, and I'm driving up there, so today I will only drive about halfway and spend the night. And let's try and get the front edge lined up, and let's do a top edge if we can. Try and line that up there. There we go. Ta-da! Success! Oh my goodness. That one is a success. Oh, isn't that pretty? Look, in that black binding, that just really kind of sets it off, doesn't it? Oh, that's pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, next one. And then we're not just gonna do this today. We're gonna do some stuff inside too. I don't always do that, but that's what we're gonna do today. You guys, I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna do all that. I'm gonna put this down here and tear it a little bit off from the edge, and we'll just put glue on the edge, and then that will be a lot faster. I should have thought of that before. You know, some of these things, you guys, there's just no right or wrong way to do it. And, you know, you just do what works for you. And I think I'll set it a little bit farther apart this time. And let's try this. Let's see how this might work. To just put it here and tear. Okay, let's do one more. Let me turn it so I can get it on the edge. Because if we can get it on the edge, that'll be nice. The backing tape on this one is really sticky. Okay, oops, I won't be able to squeeze any glue out of that since I got it done. What do you guys do? Oh, thank you. Thanks, Jen. All right, so now, yes, you guys, if you have popped onto my page, if you could pop off and come watch over in the Crafty Bunch, we are hoping the more people that watch events or things that are in a group, the more that Facebook kind of looks at that like, oh, there's something going on over there, and they will feed us out a little better. So we are really urging, you know, a lot of people to try and watch in the group as we, you know, get started again having events in the group. So be sure and watch for things that are coming up, and just lots of fun stuff we'll have going on. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit along here. Make sure we get the edge. And here. And the reason I put some glue even over the top of this adhesive is it gives me just a second, and I do want to put it in these places that don't have any sticky on them, but it gives you just a second because there's that little layer between that adhesive and your paper, and it will help you just have just a second to get it down where you want it. So let's put it down here and try and line up the edge and the top. Okay, ta-da! We did it. Oh, I might have it. That could have been just a touch out that way, but it's good. Oh my, what happened there? I got a little piece sneaking out down here, but I'm gonna call it good. I'm not gonna worry about it. It's gonna look so much better than it did, right? So now I'm gonna put something on the inside. And on the inside, we can use that same measurement for the height. And I want this to be a different measurement because I'm going to put it close to the spine. You don't want to put it all the way. So this is 7 3/8. I'm going to leave that other little gap. Maybe I'll even make it a little bit more. Actually, let's just do 7 1/2. And I know it's not going to match, but what happens if you try to bump it way in there is you just can't. It won't fold shut anymore. You guys, I am just struggling here. What did I say? 7. That's 7 1/4. I think I said 7 1/2. I'm glad I didn't do that, because that would not have been good. Okay, so we're just going to cut 2 pieces like that. Oh, we're gonna have plenty of time, you guys, here. And this one, look at this paper. It's not just plain. I mean, it's got some interest on here too. So 7 1/4. I was just thinking if there was a way. There's just no way I can get 2 out of here at all. So 9 3/4 this way. And I'm not going to cut that little smidge off that direction because, just because. Make sure it has the full length. I was cutting that just a little shy of that, but then we found out I had that tiny bit that was sticking out at the bottom edge. Oh, you guys, if I could just, probably if I wasn't trying to talk at the same time, I actually could. I'm not really that bad. I can remember some numbers. Okay, let's take a peek. What in the world have we got going on here? I gotta check and see what friends have popped on here. Hey, Capri, Michelle, hi, Chris, Carolyn. Okay, I saw Denise pop on. Okay. That tape, that's a good question. You know, I think I just may have gotten this big roll on Amazon. I can check on that for you. I'll check and see what that was. It is good. But you guys, you know what? These are really, even if you only do the front side of them. Oh, I should have left one out here so we could see it. Even if all you do is the outside of the front, it makes it gorgeous. But we're going to do some other stuff and do it inside too. We're going to cover the inside. And let's just get cracking. We're also going to put some pockets in here. We are going to put an envelope in if we have time. We're going to make another little goodie for the center. I mean, we're going to really get some use out of this. Now, this is what I should have done. I should have done each side and then come back and done the center. That makes it easy. I tell you, I have had tear tape that's a lot easier to tear than this one is. Like I said, the backer on this one is pretty hefty. What program are you using on this live so we can see you and your project? I use something called Ecamm Live, and it was made specifically for Macs. And because that's what I use, I decided I would give that a whirl. And oh, I should have done, oh, this is wider, no wonder. And these kinds of tear tapes come in all sizes. They come in a number of sizes, or widths, I should say. They come in different widths. So like, here's another one. Oh, and this one feels totally different, you guys. The backing tape on this one is totally different. You can feel it's much thinner. Let's go ahead and let's tape up both of our pieces, and then we'll be done with all the taping. All the tape work. You know, and it's things like this that, you know, you just take a minute to make it fit right. Make sure your edges are straight and all that good stuff. And in the end, you know, you have a better outcome on your project. But like I said, even if all you wanted to do was cover the outsides, they make a gorgeous little gift. They are a great thing to doll up something for a teacher, friend, whatever. They are just a fun idea. And it seems like I almost try to do one of these like every, fall or when school supplies come out, so you can remind everybody to pick some of these composition books up while they are so cheap with school supplies, because they're just not that cheap. And, and then this year they're not as cheap as they were last year. That's just how that goes, right? Everything's more expensive. Do you know what happened to Jimmy Lou? Are you talking about you haven't seen her in the Crafty Bunch, Teresa? Is that what you mean? She started a group and she's in there a lot. So if you follow her, you can see her. She's in all her places that she normally is. And she kind of stepped back in here simply because, she wanted to do things that were probably more specific with, her paper crafting. So, yeah. And she does think, now, when you come over here, you're going to get lots of different ideas, lots of different crafting things. However, I will tell you that we are going to have a day, we're going to start having some different kinds of events in here. And I know the first Tuesday next week, I can't remember what the date is. We are going to be having, I wish I'd have burnished this down. We're going to have a paper crafting day, Tuesday. One of our members, Bev Hampton, is going to be hosting that one. So we've got some member hosted things. And then one day on the 14th, I think, I'm hosting one in here as well. And we are going to be doing ATC cards. So, more things that are, is that the backing? Oh, there's backing tape that hasn't come off. Or the backing. Well, that's not going to stick good. But we're going to have all kinds of fun things going on here. So we will be having, things that are probably more paper crafting related than previously. I don't know what's happened here. It's like turned upside down or something. I don't know what's going on. Oh, and now my hand's stuck to it. Oh my goodness, you guys. I can do it. I know I can. And this one is like that too. I need to trim it off because it's not going to stick on both sides. Okay. I got to do surgery here. Hang on. I got to do craft surgery. That is just, I've never had that happen. But if it's going to happen live, right? Oh. Am I still doing my card making group? I don't really have a card making group, but sometimes we do a card night or something in my my group, and we're not always super active. I don't know. Come over and help us get active. How about that? I invite you all. And it's just called, that group is called My Artful Adventures Clubhouse. So, come on over there. Just knock on the door. Say I sent you. Be sure and answer the questions though, because it is, because anybody can see it. It's public to be seen. And so, you do have to answer that you agree to the rules. The other things are kind of optional, but that one is not. Because we want we want to maintain some semblance of kindness and order, right? Okay, let me grab this. Okay, so now we're going to put this on the inside of the cover. Let's turn it this way. This seems to be easiest to turn and get it stuck down. All right. Put it along the top. Okay. And then we can just use our big spatula thing and burnish it down if we could find it. What in the world? Do you wonder how I get anything done sometimes? You like the card group of the clubhouse and when we do the events. Yes, and I tell you what, the last time I planned one, then I'm looking at my calendar and then I'm like, how could I have scheduled that at the same time? So I didn't get to do that one. So we had to postpone that one. And you know what, you guys? July just flew by. So yes, we'll do another one this month. We're early into the month and we'll get one of those scheduled and do another one. Now we call it mystery card night. So what we do on mystery card night is I tell you what you need to have and what measurements to cut paper, and then when we have our event, then I tell you how we're going to assemble it. So it's a mystery card until then, but it can be, and the fun thing is everybody's looks different because everybody uses different cards and different papers and embellishments, right? So that is so fun. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? Nice to see you. Hey, Robin. Yes, mystery card night. Yeah, so we'll do another one of those in August. So if anybody wants to come join us over there, just come on over. Now, I may, if you could wait until tomorrow. That did that on this one too, you guys. I won't have time until this evening to check, but certainly come by and knock on the clubhouse door. Man, you guys, this is the weirdest thing. I don't understand what has happened. I kind of think it's somehow like after I tear it and the end has like folded back under itself or something. So strange. Hey, Nyla, how are you? Hey, Cheryl. And if you're on here and I didn't see you, I'm sorry, and I'll go back and pop in and see who all has joined us today. We're so glad you're here at our grand reopening. Lots of fun people for the next couple of days. Lots of great presenters. Okay. And a little down the spots that have none. But you know what? They're not going anywhere anyway. It's just not going to go anywhere because there's all the rest of this adhesive. Okay, now we're about to the fun part. Got the boring covering almost done. Then we can start some other fun stuff. Okay, so let's do the back. And remember, when you do the inside, be sure and leave a little bit out. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? Thanks for popping in. You're close to where I'm going today. I'm headed off that direction out west, going to Denver today. Oh, I got it a little crooked, but that's okay. We'll live with it. Okay, now then, what you can do, and I wish I would have done it on the other side. Okay, don't do like I did. Cut, trim, follow that little curve, like after you put the first one on so you can see it. And then you can easily do the back side. I did not do that. And I cannot see that one at all, but I know it's curved. So we'll just make our own little curve. Okay. All right. So there we go. We've got the inside cover. Look how pretty that is. I like that. It's kind of soft. It's, you know, it's kind of summery, but it could be like late summery, early fall, right? Steamy dry. The first day of school. Well, actually, Pat, today is the first day of school for teachers in our area. So my daughter left bright and early this morning, and she left. They gave them an hour and a half lunch, and she came home. We live like a mile from the school. And so she came home, and she said so far they'd like watched a movie, and they'd given them popcorn and all kinds of stuff. So they're not, I said, they're just easing you in, huh? Easing them into summer. I don't need that other paper trimmer. Oh my gosh, you guys. I know, Cheryl, isn't it great? Hey, Mimi, thank you. Oh, now, let's see. Somebody else, let me see. I saw somebody said it was their first time here. Oh, no, that was Bonnie. Well, thanks for joining us. And be sure to stick around. We have lots of fun presenters today. Now, my little inside front pocket needs to be, let's see, I think I'll make it a good height. So I'm going to make it about 6 inches tall. And let's cut that page. Let's just make it a 6 by 6. So I'm going to use this paper this time to make the pocket. And this one has kind of a direction, so when I put it in, we'll make sure that our flowers are going the right direction, right? Hey, Roberta, how are you? So you guys, I tell you what, you know, be sure and watch everybody through the day. I wish I could see everybody. Hey, Edith. Edith's popped over onto YouTube. Now, what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to make an angle cut on here, but I'm going to make it not from corner to corner. We're going to make it like this, and we're going to round these corners just so they're not like sharp. We'll just a tiny, tiny round just to give it a little bit. I just like it like that, a little bit better. This one didn't get much rounding. It's at such an angle, it couldn't be rounded too much. And so we're going to put that one in here. Is that upside down? Yes. Okay, again, we're going to cut an angle. That's so crazy. All right. This one is the right side up. So again, I like to cut a little bit of a rounded shape here. Oh my goodness. And this way, it just kind of can hold some things in more. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 sides with our glue. So I'm going to hold this side because this side doesn't get any glue. So just a little bit of glue that won't come out. Great, Bonnie. That'll be great. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a replay on everybody because I'm only going to be able to drive part way, and then I'm going to spend the night. And usually where I stay doesn't get super duper reception, so no, I did not want glue there. Just wipe it off, you guys. So I just want it on 2 sides. Just a little bit of glue, not on your angle cut side, and just those 2 sides. That's it. And then We're going to slide it on here, get it lined up, give it a good press. And now on this side, now we can see where it needs to be trimmed off and that corner rounded so it'll match. See, that's what I was saying. I should have done that on the first thing so that we'd have, you know, room to do that. Okay, so let's make a center pocket. I was going to make an envelope for the back, but I want to do this other thing first with you, and maybe we'll have time. We're going to put a big pocket down the middle, and I'm going to go ahead and use this whole piece of paper, and I'm going to fold part of it up like this to make the pocket. We're going to fold the other part down. Actually, let's do this. Sometimes you let the design of your paper decide, you know, where you're going to fold things. Now, I want this little lacy look to be up here. I want that whole thing on there. So we'll just make this wide fold there. And then down here, I'm going to go ahead and cut. I'm just going to bring it all the way up here. And we can use the sides here to make it straight. Just match your sides on your paper because the paper should be straight. And now then we can either, I'm just going to use my scoring tool. So because this is a 12 by 12, we're going to do our 6 inches, and we are going to just score it. The scoring tool is kind of light. I'm going to do it on both sides. But I would always rather make a few light scores than one great big one that cracks my paper. So now we're just going to fold on that score line. Okay, and now while this is folded, we're going to take our scissors and we're going to make just a little short angle cut here because this is going to be another pocket. And the same up here. I hear clattering going on in there. I don't know what's happened. Don't you often hear things at your house and you're wondering what in the world has happened? So just, you gotta kind of bend it so you don't cut too much of an angle. Okay. So now these go up here. We're just going to use, we're actually going to glue this whole thing down. I want to make that a little, that crease needs to be tighter. I don't know what happened to the thing I was using here a minute ago. Oh, we could use here's a bone folder. Duh. Okay. So now I'm just going to glue this down. This is just kind of, this just is for pretty, and it kind of makes it a little sturdier. Is everything okay in there? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just checking. Okay, and then on these, we're just going to do one side here. Just a little line of glue over here. Well, we could have matched those. I didn't even think about that. It will be fine. And now, the way we're going to attach this, I've shown you before how you can just take glue and glue something in. Now, these composition notebooks, let me see if you can see it, they're actually sewn. They are sewn into their cover, and then this, you know, this kind of, it's almost like a fabric-y tape that covers the whole back of that spine. So we want the center of this composition book. So look for where the things are sewn in. It's starting to get adhesive everywhere. And all we're going to do is we are going to take the back of this. I had to make sure I had the right edge. And we're just going to run some glue along the back edge here, kind of the tiny spine of this. You just got to be patient. Oops, I got it coming down the side. And then you can even kind of run that along there. Make sure you don't have too much coming off of the side, you guys. And then you just want to make sure you have it the right direction and then stand it up. And then you were just going to put it right here in the center. We're just going to hold that for a second while it dries. And then that's stuck right in there. I know, isn't that beautiful paper? It really is. I love it. Which is so funny because it's not typically the tones of paper or the color scheme that I would normally be making something with, but you know, you got to change it up once in a while, right? You really do. Okay. So you just got to let that kind of stick. I think it's stuck. And if it's not, you know, if it comes out, you can try again. Just do it again. It'll be fine. Let's go on because I think we've got just enough time and we'll make a pocket back here on the back side. So we're just going to make a little pocket. And I don't think we need it to be this big, although it could be. Oh, let's do like this. Oh no, now the paper's facing the wrong direction. I got out plenty of paper to use. I knew I was going to use a lot of it, so I have more than one paper pad of this, and I thought, you know what, this would be perfect. So let's do this. Let's cut a strip. Let's see, is that about 6 inches again? That would be kind of a nice size little pocket. Let's do a 6-inch pocket. I like it. I like it. I like it. So we want to make sure it faces right. So let's cut this. Whoops, almost did the, no, that's right. Oh my gosh. Let's cut our 6 inches going this way. Oh, Kathy with Royal Funky Junk is our next presenter, you guys. So we have not listed our people, you know, coming after us because we would really love it if you would pop into the Crafty Bunch to watch the event. And when one person is done, all you have to do is refresh your browser and the next person will come up. So this is what we're going to do. I am going to put some glue along the bottom here. Uh-oh. Get that cleaned out there. I'm going to put it all the way along the bottom. I didn't get it too close. And I am going to fold it like this. We're going to make kind of a wide pocket. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to put glue on this side right here. So thanks for joining us today, everybody. I sure hope you have a wonderful day and get to see the presenters. I am so sad that I'm not going to be able to see everybody until replays. Okay, so there's our pocket like that. So let's put that there. But let's give it a, how wide is that? We're going to have to cut it the right width. Okay, like 5 3/4. We are going to make a little flap. So let's just fold this in half. Like that. And give it a little glue so it'll stay down. And score it. I'm going to score it at about an inch. An inch is a nice distance to score because it's not so close, and I can measure on that side over there. There's an inch marking over there. Now I need to look because I didn't get that. It's all wacky and not straight. Let me just trim this a little bit. Actually, let's trim it on this side because this is the one they'll show. So let's see, we want it like this. This will be glued down. That doesn't show yet. That does show. Gosh. Did you know that there could be such a dilemma to just, oh, I should have scored it before it was wet with glue, you guys. What was she thinking? I mean, really? And that's not even straight. Oh my goodness. Wow. Now she's trying to hurry. Now she's flustered. It's gonna happen though. Oh, Karen, you're very welcome. Thanks for joining us today. So we're gonna see. Yeah, so just stay in the group and you will be able to watch Kathy from Real Funky Junk. Okay, so this is what I want to do. No, that's upside down, isn't it? It does have to be folded this way. It's easy when you double check. And then I got a little bit sticking out here. I'm just going to trim that off just a hair. Okay. And so this is going to be here. Now, let's do this. Let's glue the flap on first. You know, actually, let's put a little bit of this down. Help it grab quick. And we'll put this on. Thanks, Diane. I appreciate that. You guys, I'm not kidding you. If you're just going to make one of these, it is so much quicker and easier to do. Okay, I'm going to put it. I'm trying to figure out where it's going to live. Okay, I like it right about here. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to glue across the bottom, all across the bottom, but only up the center. And you'll see why. Is that on there straight? No? Well, it's going to have to live that way. I guess I can still straighten the rest of this up though. Okay, so that's on there fairly straight. That's not too bad. I can live with that. And now, you guys, let's just make a closure for it. I got these fun little Velcro dots, and we can actually make the top stick down, our little flaps. Let me get that away from the microphone. I'm sorry. They are stuck on here good, you guys. Oh my goodness, what the deal? What is going on? Oh, it's got a cover. Well, they're sticky, that's for sure. And then they have a little, excuse me, they have a little backing piece as well. No, they don't. It just says Velcro. That's sticky. But it's shiny and you can see it. But what I'm going to do is I am going to put a tiny bit of glue on there. Just kind of smear it around so it doesn't take so long to dry. But what I wanted to show you was when you put glue down the center, it makes the pocket really easy to get into, like this. Isn't that cool? And so this, I'm just going to put, well, let's stick it up here. Kind of in the middle, push it down, and now we've got that pocket, and that Velcro is, it, you know, it releases so easy. Yeah, close enough. I agree. And now, let's see, we got just a couple minutes left. Oh, where is that? Oh, here. Now we could, even if we wanted to, we could put something else on the front. Here's like a big thing of flowers. This was kind of meant for sending, like, you know, well, the whole thing was called Caring Thoughts. So, you know, we've got lots of get well and things like that. So a lot of those are not really appropriate for what I wanted to do. So I don't know, you know, I wouldn't even do it. If it was just mine, I wouldn't do anything else with it. I just like it. You can even put ties on it. One thing, if you want to put a tie on it and use some ribbon and you haven't stuck it in here, one way to do that is, oh, I've got a little bit of, here's some sari silk right here. I'll show you what I mean real quick for this last moment. But I hope you'll stay in the group. I'll show you. This is kind of frayed and wrapped, you know. What I would do if I was putting it on the outside is I would glue it down here like that, and then put a little bit more glue on this side, and then fold it over like that. And that way you have a nice clean edge over here, and it looks kind of pretty. But there we go, you guys. We've got our dressed up thing. We've got a pocket in here. We've got these pockets here that can, you know, stick something in through here. Lots of goodies. And then our pocket on the back. I don't want to raise that up because I'm not sure if that glue is done yet. So thanks so much for joining me today. And I am so excited that we have our Crafty Bunch group back, and look forward to seeing you at many, many events through the coming days and weeks. And so thanks for joining us today. 2-day event. Remember, today and tomorrow. Thanks, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.